currently in high school. Yes, I'm currently employed, but I'm also looking for another job. Yes, I plan on finishing high school, and I want to go to college and be a cosmetologist and probably open up my own hair salon. I currently do not live with my parents. I live with other people, I should say. Yeah. Even though I don't live with anybody in my family, I'd have to say my relationship with my family is pretty good. You know, I talk to them almost on a daily basis, and I'd like to keep it that way. I think a genuine relationship should be is both people in the relationship or all people in the relationship are trying their hardest to stay with the person that they're with, or they both give 100% in the relationship and not just stop caring. To me, commitment means, like, no matter whether you're committed to somebody else or to something, it's like you're fully devoted to it and you're giving your all to it or whatever it is. I'd have to say the top issues in today's society, there's a lot of them, and I'd have to say, like, the top, what I've been hearing, the top 3 are still the Afghan-Iraq war, the gas prices, and definitely Obama taking away Social Security. Through my own eyes, it's life, and there's hard points in the world. Like, it's a tough world out there. It's a dog-eat-dog situation, but just gotta live through it. In 5 years, hopefully I'll be graduated out of college, have my own hair salon, doing my thing. One of the toughest choices I ever had to make was when I was 16 and deciding whether or not to tell my parents I was raped. But definitely after I did it, it turned out to be something good. But another tough choice was moving out of my parents' house. The best choices I've ever made were definitely the 2 of the toughest choices I've ever made, because when I was 16 and after I told my parents, a lot of things got off my chest and a lot of things happened for me that I couldn't ask for anything more. And it's hard to say that moving out of my parents' house was a good choice, but I feel that it kind of brought me and my parents closer together in a way, and that now we look at each other on a different level of understanding. Yeah, there's definitely been quite a few. When I was 12, I had gone to a birthday party, and I made the stupid choice of not getting my own drinks, and next thing I know, everything's just a blacked out blur, and then wake up in the morning and some random guy laying next to me, and the feeling of guilt and why did I do that. And I never thought that morning, I never thought I was going to be able to get out of that house without somebody finding out. But I didn't want anybody to know what had happened, because I felt ashamed of myself that had happened. And after that night, the guy that I had woke up next to me came to my school every day just to, see me. I don't know whether he was trying to torture me or I don't know, but that was definitely a situation that I never thought I would be able to erase out of my mind. One of the things, it was for a really long time that I didn't get out of it, but when I finally did, the guy ended up going to jail for raping multiple women, and I eventually told my parents, and for the longest time I thought they were mad at me, but it was just them trying to understand what had happened. And I had went to a counselor, talked about that, but after all, and all the moral support and the help that I had behind with friends and family, they definitely helped me get through the situation. I definitely have to say that's my worst memory. That's definitely my worst memory, for sure. Um, some of my best memories is really weird, but it's like when someone in the family has been injured and is in the hospital, because whenever someone's injured in the hospital, I don't know, it's just kind of like it brings the family together, and we're all just together at one time, and we all can like reconnect and build upon someone's hurt and make it better by becoming a family that's strong again. Yes, I have. Actually, a lot recently. When I was little, one of my best friends, her brother died, which really sucked. Then, going through that, and then my grandma died, which really sucked because I felt like I was pretty close to her. And then just recently, I had a really good friend of mine pass away of cancer, which is hard, but I'm doing my best to show that it doesn't bother me and push through it. And one of my parents' friends just passed away of cancer too recently. I think for every time, talking about it and with other people, and looking at the side of they're in a better place now, they don't have to suffer and they don't have to struggle, definitely helped me get through it, With my good friend, one of the things that's helping me cope with it is I'm going to get a tattoo memorial of him. Goodness. The people I look up to are my parents, the people I live with, and my aunt. Yeah. And, I look up to them because my parents, they met at Taco Bell and they became something that I never thought someone could, and they're just strong-willed people and they can always push through anything that they ever get into. And, I've seen that time after time, and I hate to see them have to, keep pushing, but, they always make it through. And the people I live with, because they're the same way, they've been in tough situations, but they always made their way out of it. And, it's just them becoming who they are and them, always showing that there's always the brighter side of everything. And then I look up to my aunt because she started at the lowest of the low, and, she's made it to something so great and so wonderful. And, I look up to her thinking that, wow, I can be this little kid and have these aspirations, and if I push for it hard enough, I can make my way there. Oh, unicorns and dragons, of course. No, just kidding. I believe in, at a spiritual level, which is really shocking, I believe that there is a higher power. I believe that, when we die, we do go to heaven. I believe that there's always second chances for everyone. Well, maybe 40 million chances for everybody. And, I would like to believe there's always the best in someone, even when there's not. I'm a struggling 17-year-old trying to get by. I would have to say it's not just one thing that defines me, it's everything I've gone through and everything I've learned from and everything I've experienced that has made me who I am, and that's what defines me, not just one thing holds me back and that's who I am to this day, but everything that I've ever gone through as a little kid and, as a preteen and as a teenager, and everything I'm going to go through is going to define me to what I am to my dying day. If I could change one thing, I would definitely have to say my habits and some of the things I do. Some of the people I hang out with maybe aren't the best things to do when people hang out with, but it's, something I have to do myself.